Key techniques and tools for business process reengineering. The 21st century business environment is characterized by rapid change, technological disruption, and intense competition. Organizations can no longer rely on incremental improvements alone to remain competitive. Instead, they are frequently required to undertake bold, transformative initiatives that fundamentally alter the way they operate. Among these strategic approaches, business process reengineering, BPR, has been one of the most widely discussed and impactful since its formal introduction in the early 1990s by Michael Hammer and James Champy. BPR advocates the radical redesign of core business processes to achieve dramatic, not marginal, improvements in measures of performance such as cost, quality, service, and speed. This is not about trimming inefficiencies here and there, it is about rethinking how work is done from the ground up. The philosophy is encapsulated in Hammer's famous dictum, "Don't automate, obliterate." In the UK context, BPR has been applied in both the private and public sectors, from manufacturing firms seeking to compete with low-cost overseas production, to NHS trusts aiming to improve patient care within constrained budgets. The complexity and scale of these transformations require structured techniques for analysis and design, supported by robust tools that enable execution, measurement, and adaptation. This essay explores, in depth, the key techniques and tools used in successful BPR initiatives, with particular emphasis on their practical application, benefits, and limitations. It also addresses the role of technology as a critical enabler, the importance of change management, and the frameworks used for ongoing monitoring and improvement. 2 Conceptual foundations of BPR. 2.1 The core philosophy. The guiding principles of BPR can be summarized as follows. Customer-centric design. Every process must ultimately serve the end customer's needs, whether that customer is external or internal. End-to-end process orientation. Viewing processes as value chains that cut across organizational silos. Radical rather than incremental change. Challenging long-held assumptions and discarding outdated processes entirely when necessary. Technology as an enabler, not a driver. While IT often facilitates BPR, the redesign must be driven by strategic objectives, not by the latest technological trends. Outcome-focused performance metrics. Designing processes around specific measurable objectives, such as halving lead times or reducing costs by 40%. 2.2 BPR vs continuous improvement. While continuous improvement approaches such as Kaizen or Lean focus on gradual, evolutionary change, BPR seeks revolutionary leaps in performance. For example, a continuous improvement initiative might aim to reduce invoice processing time by 5% per quarter. A BPR initiative might replace manual invoice processing entirely with automated digital workflows, cutting cycle time from 5 days to a few minutes. 3 Key techniques for business process reengineering. BPR techniques provide the methodological backbone for redesigning processes. They offer structure and discipline to what could otherwise be a chaotic transformation. 3.1 Process mapping and flow charting. Purpose. Process mapping gives a visual representation of how work currently flows, highlighting the sequence of activities, decision points, stakeholders, and information exchanges. Application example: UK manufacturing. A Midlands-based automotive parts supplier mapped its order fulfillment process and discovered that sales order entry was duplicated across 2 systems, causing delays and errors. The mapping exercise revealed that a single integrated entry point could cut processing time by 30%. Popular variants. Basic flowcharts. Simple, linear representations. Swimlane diagrams assigning process steps to functional lanes to show cross-department interactions. Value stream mapping, VSM, particularly used in lean environments to identify waste. Advantages: enhances communication, creates a shared understanding, and forms the foundation for redesign. Limitations: static diagrams may not reflect real-world variability or exceptions. 3.2 Value analysis and value-added assessment. Principle: every activity should be assessed against its contribution to customer value. Value-adding, VA, directly benefits the customer. Business value-adding, BVA, necessary for internal functioning, for example, compliance. Non-value-adding, NVA, wasteful and should be eliminated. Example: in a London-based insurance firm, policy renewal letters were printed, posted, and then scanned into a digital archive. Analysis showed that the scanning step was entirely non-value-adding, and was eliminated by creating digital letters directly. 3.3 Benchmarking. Benchmarking compares current processes with best-in-class performance. Internal benchmarking comparing between divisions. Competitive benchmarking direct industry comparisons. Functional benchmarking cross-industry comparisons for similar functions. Generic benchmarking comparing fundamental processes regardless of industry. UK example: a retail bank compared its account opening process to that of a digital-only challenger bank, discovering the latter completed onboarding in under 10 minutes. This became a redesign target. 3.4 Root cause analysis, RCA. RCA identifies fundamental causes rather than symptoms. 5 Whys technique asking why repeatedly until root cause is uncovered. Fishbone, Ishikawa, diagrams categorizing possible causes under headings such as people, process, technology, materials. Example: an NHS trust used RCA to address delayed discharge times, finding that incomplete electronic health records were the underlying issue, not just ward-level inefficiencies. 3.5 Simulation and modeling. Before implementing redesigned processes, simulation models, such as discrete event simulation, DES, or business process modeling notation, BPMN, can test their impact. Example: a UK logistics company modeled new warehouse picking methods in simulation software before physical changes, avoiding costly trial and error in live operations. 3.6 Critical Success Factor, CSF, identification. BPR efforts must align with organizational CSFs, areas critical for achieving strategic objectives. Example: for a low-cost airline, a CSF might be rapid turnaround times at airports. Any BPR project would need to prioritize this outcome above less critical enhancements. 4 Key tools for business process reengineering. While techniques are methodological, tools are the practical enablers, often software, that implement, automate, and monitor redesigned processes. 4.1 Business Process Management, BPM, suites. Features: process modeling, workflow automation, real-time performance dashboards, continuous improvement integration. Examples: Appian, Visage, Pegasystems. UK case: a utilities provider used BPM to automate meter reading workflows, reducing manual interventions by 70%. 4.2 Enterprise Resource Planning, ERP, systems. ERP systems integrate multiple business functions into one unified platform, enabling smooth end-to-end process execution. Examples: SAP S/4HANA, Oracle NetSuite, Microsoft Dynamics 365. Case, a Birmingham-based manufacturer implemented SAP, integrating procurement, inventory, and sales, cutting lead times by 40%. 4.3 Workflow management tools. Automating task assignment, escalations, and tracking. Examples: Monday.com, Asana, Trello, when customized for process execution. 4.4 Data analytics and process mining platforms. Process mining tools like Celonis can reconstruct actual process flows from system event logs, revealing hidden inefficiencies. By tools: Tableau, Power BI, ClickSense. Example: a UK retailer used Celonis to discover that 20% of online orders followed a rework path due to address verification errors, prompting a redesign of the checkout process. 4.5 Collaboration and knowledge management systems. Given the cross-functional nature of BPR, collaboration tools are essential. Examples: Microsoft Teams, Slack, Confluence. Purpose: ensure stakeholders are aligned and have access to a single source of truth. 4.6 Change management toolkits. Frameworks like ProSciadca or Kotta's 8-step model embedded in software help track readiness, adoption, and resistance. 5 Technology as an enabler of BPR. BPR is often impossible without technology enablement. Robotic Process Automation, RPA, automates repetitive tasks. AI and machine learning, predictive analytics, decision automation. Cloud computing, flexible infrastructure, global accessibility. Internet of Things, IoT, real-time monitoring and data collection. Example: a UK logistics firm used IoT sensors in delivery vehicles to monitor location, fuel use, and delays, integrating this into an AI-driven scheduling system. 6 Change management in BPR. The human factor, resistance to change, is a primary cause of BPR failure. Change management ensures cultural and behavioral alignment. Key techniques: stakeholder analysis, identifying supporters and resistors. Clear communication, articulating the why and the expected benefits. Training and skills development, ensuring staff can operate in the new process environment. Leadership modeling, senior leaders must demonstrate commitment. 7 Measurement and continuous review. BPR must be measured continuously. Balanced scorecard, BSC, financial, customer, process, learning perspectives. KPIs: lead time, cost per transaction, first time write rates. Process audits, periodic compliance and performance reviews. Example: after a BPR initiative, a UK hospital trust used monthly dashboards to track patient discharge times, reducing average delays from 7 hours to under 3. 8 Advantages and limitations. Advantages: breakthrough performance improvements, elimination of redundant activities, cross-functional process integration, enhanced customer satisfaction. Limitations: high cost and complexity, risk of employee resistance, potential operational disruption, requires accurate, comprehensive data. 9 Conclusion. BPR remains one of the most potent tools for organizational transformation, provided it is executed with precision, supported by the right techniques and tools, and underpinned by strong leadership and cultural readiness. In the UK, where economic uncertainty, regulatory complexity, and global competition converge, BPR offers a structured pathway to sustainable competitive advantage. The key takeaway is that BPR is not simply about technology or process diagrams, it is about aligning strategic vision, process design, technology enablement, and people in a coordinated transformation effort. Organizations that master this integration will not only improve efficiency but will also position themselves to thrive in the unpredictable markets of the future.